Greetings, Facebook, YouTube, Threads, TikTok, and Facebook, TikTok, and Threads, and Instagram. That's what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Top of the afternoon, top of the day, grand risings. Afternoon glory, y'all. I'm here now. I'm gonna briefly discuss the thing called the topic elections. Over the past few days since Kamala Harris put in her bid to be the run for president and Biden stepped down from the thing, some of the things I've been hearing disturbing. Before I start, I'm gonna start off by saying, listen to all those supporting Donald Trump, especially the turncoats. Now, I'm not gonna say all African Americans that's supposed to my turncoats, but I'm gonna talk to the ones that's talking about that crazy stuff. Like, for example, one dude on my Facebook page gonna tell me to vote for Donald Trump. I said briefly in the bus, can slap yourself. But now I'm gonna say it again in the Bernie Mac way when he said he took a hammer. Like what you do is for you to say something to me like go and vote for Donald Trump, a man who cares nothing about me or my community or my nation of African Americans and Latino Americans and our European counterparts because we all are not rich as he is, even though he's an unsuccessful businessman. But now, for the one brother that sat there and told me to vote for Donald Trump, go in your closet, go in your under your sink, go in your garage, or go in your basement, or go in your shed, wherever your toolbox is. Get a hammer and smack the schmuck out of yourself. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And cause like again, before I go into that, y'all need to read. I didn't read it all, but I read it. I read some of the snippets that was posted on Facebook. I did download the report. I'm gonna try to read it today. So I'm trying to start reading it. But see, all you supporters of Donald Trump and that grand old punk of Putin's grand old uh, PU, Putinana's group of punks, group of pricks. You know what I'm saying? For y'all, look at this. Let's go back to January 4th or 6th when they had the insurrection. If all those men and women that rushed the Capitol building were black, you see this. You see the steps of the Capitol building. They all white. If they would have stormed the Capitol, if that was black men and women, those steps was still being scrubbed to this day. They still be coming the blood off those steps because there's so damn much blood. But now, again, let's get to it. I heard people say, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. She trash. Who you voting for? For all y'all saying, see, Donald Trump already said he's giving full immunity to the police force. Don't y'all watch the news in this last couple of days where a Chicago African American woman from Chicago was gunned down? No, she was not. She was assassinated in her own kitchen by a sheriff deputy who shot her in the body and the face. And y'all want to vote for Donald Trump? He want to give full immunity to the cops. Come on, man, open your eyes. Then he talking about killing that birthright, which means if you was born here and your mother or father was a legal alien or what have you, guess what? You're going back to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Because Donald Trump was saying he can sing that song. He can be trying to do the blood walk saying, y'all not like us. You know what I'm saying? They not like us. So y'all going back to the border. But now, let's do this, man. Black men and women, who you going to vote for? The only one strong enough financially and politically is Kamala Harris. Now, I recently put on there, somebody put on Facebook, both, okay? Both of them, screw them both, right? When you're talking about Biden and Trump. Because when you look at some of the snippets on Instagram, Facebook, and all stuff, talking about, like, yeah, Donald Trump, both, they shaking hands in the animated form because they're talking about preserving white supremacy. And, it's all the same in a sense, Like, cause like I said, they don't care about you. Cause like I said, if you again, rich black folks don't talk to poor black folks. Rich white folks don't talk to poor white folks. Rich Chinese don't talk to poor Chinese. Rich Latinos don't talk to poor Latinos. People, rich people do not like poor, do not talk to poor people. In a nutshell, okay. Now, as a community, we all need to come together and stop being so divided, especially in the black community. They keep us divided so bad, man. They got us arguing about what's better flavor, chocolate or ice cream. And that's a shame when they got us arguing over what's best, chocolate or vanilla. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we are. We need to come together, go to those meetings again like we used to, meet in the churches, the community halls, community centers, everywhere, people's homes. And let's say, look, let's come down and organize ourselves and tell the police, stop doing this. Stop, just tell them defund the police. They don't need all that stuff. They need all that money. They got enough equipment now. They don't need more. You know what I'm saying? Because like we need more teachers, schools. We gotta tell them the medical health care is too expensive. Prescription drugs is too prescription. Why do people gotta go to Canada to get prescriptions that's over here cheap over there than over here, and we live here? Why we gotta sit there and figure out what we gotta pay a bill in order to survive medically? Oh, I gotta sacrifice a bill so I can pay this medication bill. You know what I'm saying? Why do Americans choose profit over people? Okay, that's what we need to figure out. We need to start doing that. Profit is not over the people; it's people over profit. If you got more people healthy, more people working, you get more monies and everything. But see, corporations don't see it that way. They want to kill all the farmers, especially the black farmers. Now, food too high to buy food. You know what I'm saying? Now, come together, take the chains off the branch. Like Harriet Tubman said, brothers and sisters, she could have freed more slaves if they only knew they were slaves. We can come together and unite if we only take the chains off our brands and say and know and realize that we were mental slaves. Because see, as a voter, see, our vote does count. That's why they try to do all this shit to keep us from voting. All right. If you don't vote, then you don't count. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if you don't vote, don't say nothing because you didn't put you to exercise the most important part of you, which you have, your voice. And then you speak your voice and utilize your voice is when you cast that ballot. So when you don't vote, you silenced your own self. And then if you don't get the right candidate in office, that one vote that you didn't cast could have made all the difference. What got to be done now is we got to come together. Now this is a how you do it. This is a sprint now because this came too quickly. Biden said he had to bow out because Trump talking about he needed to take a psych evaluation. That sucker to be evaluated too because that nigga crazy. You see what I'm saying? And and he telling y'all what he's gonna do, and y'all still want to vote for Donald Trump. Listen to the brothers. That's somebody she not they're not gonna vote for Kamala Harris. And to the brother said told me ask me to vote for Donald Trump. What y'all gonna do when y'all seen all the protests nationwide when cops indiscriminately shooting down black men and women and children, and if Donald Trump in the office, they can walk. They ain't even gotta go to nowhere. No courts, no nothing. He said he given full immunity. So therefore, it's already open season on the black man now with the police. It's gonna be a marathon of who can get the most Negroes etched on their belts and stuff. I shot me one down today. So therefore, they ain't gonna worry about nothing. Oh, I feel for my life. Pow! Full immunity from the president. And this is the fool y'all want to put in office, y'all. Come on, man, be real. Who y'all gonna vote for? I know Kamala. I don't I really don't follow politics like that, but I'm gonna start making an effort to look up Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and all the others now, right? But no, people, y'all better wake up. If y'all haven't read or trying to look at the 2025 report, if you get in office and they try to implement any of it, we done, y'all. Y'all need to open your eyes and stop being so foolish, man. You need to come together, man. Like I said. Go to the homes, go to the schools, go to the gyms, the community centers. What we gonna do as a people? We gotta stop. We gotta stop being so divided, man. Because we can't. Because see, people, we cannot depend on our government to help us. I'm talking about blacks, whites, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you in the bottom tag class, and if you in the economic financial structure, y'all better wake up and realize that y'all just a vote. And if y'all don't tell the people, well, you said this. If you don't call the people, if you don't call your politician on the promises that they said to y'all, come on now. Like y'all talking about this Donald, because I talking about this Donald Trump with the See, first and foremost, Donald Trump did something. He did. I'll give a few. He did a few good things for veterans, but I'm gonna say this in my Stone Cold Steve Austin voice. Well, this will tell it all. You remember Stone Cold when he used to do this? Okay, because see, I told this one man in the VA. Now, I just retired from the VA a few years ago, and before I retired, we got those little intra-mail emails. And one email that I got from my intra-mail from the VA system, Donald Trump was trying to privatize the VA. So, in all retrospect, if I remember correctly, that means like some of the benefits in the medical care would have been changed up, and it'd be a different system now, as it is as if it would have went private. You know what I'm saying? So when I told this, it was an older white dude, about in his 70s, everything, and I told him point blank, this is what's gonna happen, right? And he paused. I said, now where you gonna go for your medical care? I said, where you gonna go for your medications and stuff, right? They privatized the VAs. And see, I just love it. I just love it at times. Okay? When you can sit here and tell think you know it all white dude, or know it all anybody, but for this dude, know it all older white dude, right? The look on his face when I told him where you gonna go for your medical care if they cut services and everything, and you gotta go to the stuff with the private sector. Ooh, hello. That look on his face said it all, y'all. But now, briefly, I gotta go. I don't want to be too long, but listen, together we can be strong. But we gotta come together, and we gotta stop being so divided on stuff, man. Cause see, to sit here and argue over a first of all, I'm gonna speak on Donald Trump for example. I'm gonna stick with him because see, this is the problem I'm having right now. When you look at a dude like Donald Trump, he's a racist. He did okay. Again, he did some things for veterans, but he look what he did. I told my man Vasquez, well, was my partner. You know, what I'm saying we served on the USS Missouri together. I even made it my business to come and see him when he came he came down and fixed something in Niagara Falls from New York City. He came out and down, so I made it my business to go see him, right? But I had to kick him off my Facebook page because he called me the N word. And we were talking about when Donald Trump he sent that one he's an army veteran. No, he snuck into the country from Mexico. How he was he able to join the army? I don't know, but he was in the army. He served three, maybe four terms in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was a highly decorated army veteran, and for him to sneak into a country, which was riskful right there, and then serve a country that he snuck into, the fight for the nation that he snuck into, risking his own life in the heat of battle to get deported. Now, I may be on the fence a little bit. Maybe, because see, if he spent that many times in America and he served the country, and well, I'm not gonna say he defended the country. He fought for the a political agenda. everything. Because see, I should love reading those kids' letters when I was on the ship, we was in the Persian Gulf. Thank you for fighting for our freedom. Now, if I had an address to write, I would have written all those kids and said, listen, I'm in the Persian Gulf, but I am not fighting for nobody's freedom. All we fighting for is that oil field. That's all we vote for. We ain't vote for nobody's democracy. Well, at least not ours. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they just want about that one thing, that liquid gold, which is commonly known as crude oil. But now, when you look at Donald Trump, he bashed that one. I forgot his name. The one who he died. McCain, Republican, fellow Republican. Okay, McCain was a Navy veteran like his dad. Give it to him. He was a fighter pilot. He was shot down in Vietnam. And he spent some years in that whole, the POW camp, the Hanoi Hilton. How would you vote a man in office that sat there and ridiculed the man tomorrow? He's not a hero. He got shot down. Well, if you look at some of the shit they did, like while serving in Vietnam, some of the nonsense they had that you before the rules of engagement and all of this stuff. You're fighting a war, and you got pilots being shot out the sky left and right by those sand missiles, and y'all couldn't hit them until y'all, a lot of political crap was going on during the Vietnam War. Okay, but now, why would y'all put a man in office that sit there and talk smack about a man who was shot down? Why would you talk about a man? He was a I think he was born in Saudi Arabia. He was born from the Middle East. He came as a child, was naturalized, and he served as an officer in the army. I think it was, and I think he was killed in action. And Donald Trump bashed him. So I ask you, veterans, how in the world would y'all support a man who sits there and bash a military